When I was 13 years old, in January 1984, I decided I would start saving the Sunday comic strips from the local newspaper, the Detroit News. And this edition is from January 8th, 1984. And is the earliest one that I still have. And at the time, I thought I was going to, keep doing this forever. And I enjoyed the comic strips that they had at the time. This is Annie by Leonard Starr, and it was very detailed and interesting artwork, and some others. And it was January 8th, and this is January 15th right here. Bloom County was one of my favorites. And you can see there's some bits missing. Oh no, yeah, looks like I cut out something for some reason. Amazing Spider-Man. Another Annie. And then the next week, January 22nd, 1984. Some more of these. And I only have the middle sheet of January 29th. But otherwise, looks like the whole month of January 1984. And then I skipped a week there, February 12th. And they're most of the same strips. They always started out with Right Angles by Larry Wright, who was a local artist. And he also drew a black and white strip called Kit and Carlisle. So this is more from 1984. February 26th. It was a classic Bloom County. Right in here. Floro Deary was drawing Spider-Man at the time. Another Right Angles front, another Bloom County. That was a great one. Frank and Ernest Gravel. Here's another good Annie one. If I can get that closer up. With the little dragon up in the corner here. But anyways, The Neighborhood was like a Far Side type strip, but not as funny. It's like hard to understand. Dick and Jane, that was a short-lived one. Born Loser, this one I really like. But anyways, so they went in for a while. I kept saving them. This was a Bloom County one. I had actually clipped this one for some reason. This was a classic. More from 1984. May 27th, June 3rd, June 24th, July 8th, July 15th, July 22nd, and so on. And then we get to January 6th, 1985. So I'd made it through a whole year, although, I skipped a lot. So we have 1985 in here. This is all 1985 strips, but again, I missed a lot of them. Wow, this is cool. Masters of the Universe ad. Anyways, January 5th, 1986. And again, these are all 1986 strips here, but each year I would start out saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna start collecting them again, but then I would forget about it. After a while, I'd lose enthusiasm. So we go from like April 6th, like July 13th, August 3rd, August 10th, September 21st, October 12th, and then, I don't even have anything after October for 1986. And then we got 1987. This actually looks really bright and everything. They must have been using different colors or something. So these are all from 1987. And then must have 1988 somewhere, but these are 1989 ones right here. Bloom County, I believe, had, oh, yeah, Bloom County was still being done. But at some point here, Burke Breathed, who did Bloom County, changed over to doing Outland. And I have a little clipping here of when he switched over to doing Outland. And one of the cool things was that, this is 1989, 1990. One of the cool things was when the Detroit News and the Detroit Free Press went into a combined paper, so they had the comic strips for both sections. This is actually the first edition of the combined Detroit News and Free Press from December 2nd, 1989. That's the regular newspaper part of it. And I have a ton of clippings of stuff. I would also clip out ones I liked. These are a bunch of Bloom Counties. Zippy. The Far Side. It's from 1986. All sorts of stuff. I wonder what this is. There's a Pet Supplies Plus it. Bloom Counties. Downstown. Herman. Drabble. This is Bloom County. This was a classic one too. But anyways, wow, look at all this stuff. There was a Batman comic strip being done then. And I have some of those. Born Loser. And that's pretty much it. What else did we go through? This is from 1992 when Bill Clinton was first elected. We'll have that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I got a bunch of other stuff here from other things. I mean, I have a whole nother box of stuff here of other comic strips. But I don't want to go through all that, and there's another box there too. Anyways, that's my collection of newspaper comic strips. And if comic strips were still good, I would probably be reading them.